Sedition, or more accurately, seditious conspiracy, is defined by Title 18 of the U.S. Code of Justice, Chapter 115, occurs when two or more persons in any state or territory or in any place subject to the jurisdiction of the United States conspire to overthrow, put down, or to destroy by force the government of the United States, or to levy war against them, or to oppose by force the authority thereof, or by force to prevent, hinder, or delay the execution of any law of the United States, or by force to seize, take, or possess any property of the United States. The key term here is two or more, as sedition necessitates collusion between multiple individuals, a plot of sorts to sow dissent against the government. Sedition is easily confused with treason, which is more or less indirectly attacking the government by supporting known enemies, and insurrection, which is the actual act of attempting to wage war against the government. Bearing that in mind, sedition, while potentially limited to organizing or encouraging opposition against the government in writing or speech, is still a crime against the state. In the U.S., it's a federal offense that doesn't necessarily constitute treason, but often goes hand in hand with it. Don't worry though, this doesn't mean that you're going to be tossed in prison for writing scathing epigrams about governmental leaders on Facebook, like in a 2014 case in India, or that you're going to be executed for doing so, like in Saudi Arabia that same year.
He now faces execution by beheading, even though he was just 17 when he joined anti-government protests.
Still though, sedition is a serious charge in the US that carries with it a serious penalty if a person is found to be guilty of it. And in a time when mobs are literally gate-crashing the US Capitol building in Washington, D.C., it's time to examine sedition and its consequences. For the U.S. Code of Justice, sedition originally carried a prison sentence of up to 20 years, but in 1956 it was reduced to 6 years. The guilty can also be fined no more than $20,000. Interestingly, treason carries a smaller sentence of 5 years, but insurrection has an understandably larger sentence of 10 years. Of course, the implementation of sentences is rarely so clear-cut, especially since a person who engages in an insurrection, for instance, will most likely be tried on other charges as well. And let's not forget how this type of criminal record would likely disintegrate somebody's entire life and career. So when Trump supporters rioted at the U.S. Capitol building and stormed inside, citing Trump as the reason they did so, it's not just a cause for existential concern and shock, it's grounds for accusations of sedition. As San Jose Mayor Sam Liccardo told the Mercury News, "There is no more important or sacred institution in our nation than our elections, and the bedrock foundation of any democracy is the peaceful transfer of power. So any attempts to undermine that constitute seditious activity in my view and are worthy of prosecution." Even before President-elect Joe Biden won the 2020 presidential election by a resounding 306 to 232 electoral votes, Donald Trump was calling foul. He's repeatedly called the election an unlawful sham while citing a desire to uphold law and order. He urged his Vice President Mike Pence to toss out electors from battleground states, something Pence himself said can't be done. Pence wrote in a letter released to the press before the riots began, "It is my considered judgment that my oath to support and defend the Constitution constrains me from claiming unilateral authority to determine which electoral votes should be counted and which should not. The presidency belongs to the American people and to them alone."
Because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength and you have to be strong.
In Trump's case, as in the case of all potentially seditious acts, intent may be the linchpin. The difference between freedom of expression and sedition may come down to an intent to cause harm. Ultimately, if found guilty of sedition, according to Title 18 of the U.S. Code of Justice, Chapter 115, those involved, quote, "shall each be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 20 years or both." Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more grunge videos about the latest hot topics are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.